Hi, my name is Winsie and Cuffie. I'm 24 years old and I'm here to talk about my new release, my new video you've been waiting to see for so long, for We Conquer That. Okay, so actually I released a song a couple weeks ago and it has been doing really great. I would say it's one of my most popular songs. I've been hearing it, whether it's in church events or even graduations, concerts, and everyone is just talking about it. I did a short little promo just for persons to see the dance of the chorus a few weeks back, and persons have been calling me, texting me, because I said, it's a 1-minute version and I'll be releasing the whole video soon. So I've been getting a lot of calls and so forth, just saying when you bring it out. So persons can, you can stay at the edge of your seats. It's going to be out soon. It'll actually be released on Tuesday the 20th of this month, September, at 6 p.m. It'll be released on my Facebook page, so you can look out for that. So we'll be doing a premiere there as well. So I can promise you it's going to be exciting. It's going to be something new, something I've never done before, and I'm sure you'll really love it. Actually, I started singing. Well, I heard the stories. I've started singing since I was about 3 years old at church. Coincidentally, that's when I started my piano lessons, swimming, ballet lessons, all at the same time. And I've been singing at church events and concerts, and my parents had to do a little bribing, give me a little sweetie, a little lollipop and thing for me to go on. So I kind of use that at my advantage. But anyway, so since then I've been singing, and how it really all started for me in terms of like the public forum was actually in primary school. We had a calypso competition that we had every year, and I was in about standard 3, and my teacher, she encouraged us. She was trying to get everyone involved and competitors involved, because it was on a class by class basis, and then of course the overall monarch would be based on the entire competition. So I said, you know what, I'll go up, because I usually just try new things just for the fun of it and take one for the team kind of thing. So I started singing from there. In that competition, I wasn't aware. One of the persons who attended the competition was actually a person from one of the ministries at that time. So she was actually from the Ministry of Community Development and Gender Affairs. And from then, she actually took me on to sing at different events that they had. So I started working with the anti-crime campaign that they had throughout the country. I started working with different other ministries, so the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Sport, even the Ministry of Education, Security, and so forth. And I really didn't, everything was happening so fast for me. And only when I started winning like those competitions from then on and singing all over, I really was encouraged by the persons around me, and even seeing the phenomenal response from everywhere that I went, I decided to do my first album. And when I did my first album, it was actually mixed and mastered at Sony Studios. So everything just kind of happened so quickly, and I was so young. At that point in time, I was actually about 13 years of age when I entered the Sony Studios. And I worked with one of the engineers there. Actually worked with Beyonce on one of her releases at that point in time. So, and Celine Dion, and a whole lot of international artists. So I was really privileged, and they were picking all the songs that they wanted to actually make copies to sell abroad and so forth. So it was actually so amazing for me. And I went on from there, and I released my second album, my third album, which I recorded at Avatar Universal Studios abroad as well. And all these things were happening while I was in secondary school and even going on to tertiary school, and I was trying to balance everything with my church activities, singing in concerts, going abroad, traveling to the US, to Canada, and just all throughout the Caribbean. So it was really amazing for me how everything started, and I really give God thanks for using me in that way, and all the persons who I've touched along the way and still blessing their lives. I would say I've been a bit busy. It really taught me, I guess, time management, because I was trying to get involved with my school as well. So in high school, I joined the drama club, so I was participating. I love drama, I love theater, so I've been participating in all the events, all the competitions there as well. I've been with actually from a competition, I did a drama competition from then they took me on to be one of the Environmental Management Authority ambassadors, because I participated in one of their events and represented them in different functions in Hilltown, Crown Plaza, and various events that they had. And even then I've been in I guess every club that you can name: football, tennis, netball, the IVCF club as well in tertiary education, and also the Christian group in secondary school. And it has been, I guess I've been a bit busy over the years, but it has been great, and I've learned to kind of put everything in time. And I think I've made my parents, you know, they've been supporting me so much all along, and they've really been busy with me, and of course my other siblings as well. I've always wanted to be a doctor since ever since I could remember. So I would have my little kits with, you know, my plasters and all the little Mickey Mouse plasters and the stuff you would see on my sister's arms. Even if they were the slightest bit hurt, I'd pretend to be the doctor in the house. And I even got my doctor shoes. Well, they call it the Crocs. They call it Crocs, but it was so huge for me at that point in time. But I had all these little kits and my toy stethoscope, and I've always wanted to be a doctor. For some reason, you know, it really touches me, like to take care of someone and see them get better and see how I could help them along the way. And even if I see someone crying, I would cry if they're in pain as well. And I love kids as well, so I always wanted to go into medicine to see about kids and to see even persons, adults as well, just to make sure that they're okay and take care of them. That has always been a passion for me. So even if it's, I guess, telling one of my many stale jokes, just to see someone laugh at me, just to make them smile, is something that I like to do. I eventually actually got into medicine after my CAPE examinations, and I even shocked myself. I know I worked really hard, you know, sleepless nights, and my teachers were wondering if every time I went to school after an all-nighter, asking me if I wanted to go home because I looked so sleepy. But I really put a lot into it when I knew it was time as well to get into medicine and to apply for my CAPE examinations. I really studied hard. Myself and my friends, we just worked together, and coincidentally, I was amazed. I was actually, our school, the Miracle Ministries Pentecostal High School where I attended, I was actually the first scholarship winner for that school, and I received a scholarship, a national scholarship in sciences. And from then on, I went on to medical school, and I passed through for the 5 years and graduated as well in 2015. And in medical school too, I told myself, you know, I would settle down and I would make sure I studied hard and just focus on my studies. But being me, I ended up in everything else as well. The drama, the charities that we had. I even joined the pharmacy charity show, and we also have a charity show just for the medical faculty. And I've been in. They asked me, my friends asked me if Mount Hope is my second home, because that's where I went to medical school, and of course did some courses abroad as well. So I ended up graduating there in 2015, as I said, and it has really been a great time for me so far, doing what I love. Since, you know, when you think you're small and you mightn't be really what you want to be at that point in time, but faith has led me to actually become a doctor, which is what I wanted to do since I was small. So I really thank God for that. Actually, no, I really just try my best. I don't have to be the best at it. I really just try my best, and wherever it kind of leads me, even in trying to get to medical school, I said, you know, God, I'm going to try my best, and if my best lands me in medical school, then I guess that's for me. But even trying like different sports and different activities, or going in different clubs and joining different things in terms of like social clubs at school, doing different activities, because I love the environment as well. So I was helping out, you know, planting trees, cleaning up the environment, and I did a lot of that with the EME as well throughout the years. So I've been trying to do different things, even if I'm not the best at it. Once I have fun, I'm making a difference in some small way. That's really all that I want. But I encourage others to be the best, and if that's your thing, if that's your niche, put all your all into it and really work at it. So I just kind of try, see how it goes. I don't beat up too much over it. I actually have 3 sisters. I'm the 3rd out of 4 of us. So yeah, so I'm somewhere in the middle. Well, I really thank God for my parents because they're truly my role models, and my parents, they're beautifully combined with all the attributes that I really strive to be, hardworking and dedicated, and they themselves manage to see about everyone there in the congregation, as well as their businesses that they have, in terms of the high school, in terms of businesses on a whole, and even take care of us more than I could even ask. So, and they're really understanding. They allow us to grow, they allow us to develop, they encourage us, what you want to do, what you want to be, and they really, because all my siblings, they've been going in different directions in terms of their career, and my parents has really been there for us throughout it all and sending us to anywhere in terms of, like, as I said, the different places, the different sports that I want to play, rehearsals, even in terms of singing and dancing and so forth. They have really been there for us through it all, so I really thank God for them. And being the daughter of Pastor Winston Cuffie and Pastor Angela Cuffie, I thank God for that opportunity because parents, I guess they can choose to have children, but children can't really choose who are their parents. But I thank God that He has placed me in this home with a family that is so supportive. In terms of growing up and really learning to appreciate what has been going on and what my parents has done for me, I guess it's seeing how hard they worked. In growing up, I've went to bed with my parents waking, and when I wake up, they're still awake and they go through the next day, and I don't even know when they sleep. So seeing how hard they worked and seeing how much they care for others, even growing up, sometimes they were so busy that we would see them at home, or we won't because they'll be away pastoring or on various trips, and seeing about the congregation as well, and really stretching their hands forth, and the care that they showed and the love that they showed to others, even those who weren't their biological family and biological children, but their spiritual children. It really made me wonder, and it really made me think about, they can do so much for so many people, and they work so hard, they work so tirelessly, they just embody everything that I want to be and the person that I want to become, and that caring person. And I think that has a lot to do with the profession I chose as well, seeing that love and that care, even if it's the biggest sacrifice that they have to make. It's something that they would do in a heartbeat, put aside everything that they have to do and just do it for that person in need, or that person that needs their assistance. So it has been, and seeing my parents in such a leadership role as well has really encouraged me, to help others along their journey, and really to serve others in such a way that they don't even have to ask for a certain limit, but you just go limitless and help them in whatever that they need. I guess I can probably answer that in probably segments. I'd say Winsie or Winsian is someone who is really family oriented, and someone who really spends a lot and really has a heart for family. If I'm going to say in terms of as a doctor, I would say I'm someone who tries their best and gives it all to make sure that someone leaves feeling much better and someone feels better. Yeah. As an artist as well, I'm just a servant of God, just trying to do God's work to the best of my ability, and try to keep blessing people as I've been blessing them so far. I would say in terms of the biggest breakthrough, it would be really recording my first album at Sony Studios, and more so not really the recording of it, but really seeing the impact that it has made for persons and how it has changed persons' lives. And persons coming up to me and saying, you know, this song is a song that I play every morning, and it's a song that lifts me up even when I'm feeling down, or all the stresses that I have in life, and I really listen to this song, or I listen to this aspect of your life, or I heard this speech that you did and really took those words, and it really has elevated me in such a phenomenal way. I think those things, doing the album and seeing the impact that it has made in persons' lives, is really the best thing for me, because I know God, He has called us, He has blessed us to be a blessing to others, and that's what I really try to do in everything that I do, whether it's ministering to persons in church, or whether it's singing in a concert, or giving motivational speeches at high schools or different school environments, or just different organizations. What I really strive to do is give persons bits of information that I've been through and that I've seen work for me, and hope that it works for them, that they can do even greater things than I have done so far. So, and we're doing the album as well. After that first album, I received the award for the Best New Female Gospel Artist of the Year, and my third album as well, I was one of the top 20 artists of the year from World National Top 20 Artists of the Year. So these little things, you know, encourage you along the way, but I would say most importantly is those stories and those testimonies that you hear is something that really inspires me to keep going forward. Definitely in terms of lessons in my life, I've learned that, you know, nothing comes easy, and you really have to work hard for what you want. And you know, the Bible also speaks about that. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved, and you know, we have to have faith, but faith without works is dead. So we need to put in our part as well. And I remember, you know, although it's really hard sometimes when you get frustrated and you get flustered, I remember doing one of my courses at Harvard University, and in doing those courses I actually said, you know what, there were optional extra courses that you could have applied to, so I actually applied to one of those extra courses, you know, just to try it out as I tend to do. But the persons in that class, because it was an optional course, they actually had, at that time I was just a student, so they actually had their PhDs already, and they actually had their first degrees and so forth, and I was now working towards mine. It was a medical course that I did. And so I went into the class and I spoke to the lecturer, and of course, because of the level that I was, which was below, I would say below the rest of the persons there in the class, I was actually the youngest one there, he said that he would have a period of testing for me, so I actually had to prove myself. But after the first class, the second class, it was so frustrating. I mean, I actually spoke to my parents and I wanted to give up, I wanted to quit, because I was sitting in that class and he was like speaking like words that I didn't even know, and it was so tough for me, and I know I cried on my bed, and I was just looking at a book and wondering, you know, if I could probably give it to someone else. And it was really, really tough for me, and even going to medical school as well, and trying to get that medical degree is something that it really is really tasking. And I would say at the end of it, I actually came out with the highest grade honors in that class at Harvard, and also in medical school. Well, I'm a doctor now as well, so it can happen. So, you know, just keep trying no matter where you are, no matter what your circumstances, and know that, you know, people, when you look at people, don't just see what you see as the end result, but you know, everyone has to go through a process, and you know, of course, with the favor of God, He opens doors for you as well. But you know, put in your work and stay up late if you have to, and just make that extra push. Use the imagination, think outside the box, whatever is your job or whatever you have in mind or whatever you want to be. I didn't even think I would be here as an artist or as a doctor or as a minister or anything. I just knew what my passion was, and work with your passion, work with your heart, and only you know what you can do, and only you know who you can be. Surround yourself with positive people, and you would make it no matter what, no matter how long it takes. Of course, right now I think that in life, you know, family is very important to me, and family is definitely something that I cherish and that I hold dear, and that I would like to be a part of a family as well. I mentioned that I love kids, so even if I said if I wasn't a doctor, I'll just have a kindergarten, or I'll have an orphanage or something like that, because I really love children, and I think I'm a big child myself. But that's a secret. But I really love kids, and I really would like to be, have a family of my own one day, and definitely that's something on the plate. Well, actually, I would say, oddly enough, growing up, I was actually, although I tried to, do my little medicine and try to take care of everyone. If I saw a lot of blood, I don't know if it's a fear or something that would really freak me out. But if I saw a lot of blood and, being around my sisters at that point in time, because I was really young, those were really the persons around me. And if I see them crying or see them in pain, I would even, feel so sorry myself, and I would be concerned, but I might cry myself or just kind of worry and stress about it. I don't know if it was the fear of the blood or just the fact that someone was in pain, but thankfully God has got me through that, and I still have empathy when I see someone hurt, but I'm able to face that situation and face blood. Yeah. So right now, seeing the success that my previous albums has really encouraged me to go forth, and now I'm having grown throughout the process my album. I'm actually doing a new album that will be released soon, and it's more of me, more of my views, more of my thoughts, and more of what is going on right now in the world, and what I think that we really need, and love, hope, just faith to pursue on, and just us being together as a nation, being together as a world, and really coming together in harmony and loving each other for our differences. And that is something that I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a variety of styles, I'm sure you love, so there will be something there for everyone. So additionally, I had 2 books before: Run the Race to Win and Breaking Barriers, Bridging Gaps to Achieve Success, and those have been really successful, and I've actually had to make more copies of that. So I'll be releasing my new book soon, so you can look out for that. And I'll also be doing some new work in terms of my foundation that I have, and we've been doing some motivational things, and I'm actually going to expand and do some things more with children, and more focus on children and youths, and really reach out to those in need. So I'm really excited about that, because that's one of my dearest passions. So you can anything, if there's a home in need, or if there's someone that you think can benefit from a foundation like this, you can let us know. I think my OMG moment would be when I did my CD launch in Madison Square Garden, and a fan actually from the Philippines came up to me, and in the little English she was able to express to me how much she loves my music, and that was an oh my god moment. So thank you guys so much, and I hope that you all enjoyed it. You can check out more information, look out for my new music video coming out on my Facebook page, Winsie. And thank you to all my friends and fans so much for all your dearest love and support. I really love you guys, and I hold you all so close to my heart. Bye.